Alright, how are you? Yeah, I feel you. I have, I've watched streamers from, like, Korea and Japan and stuff, and they're always on at, like, ass o'clock my time. Time zones suck for, watching streams live, that's for sure. If you have good taste in what you watch, you don't just watch stuff from your country, then, it can be really hard. Hard to catch what you want. I watch people from Korea, from Japan, South America, Australia, people all over, not just America. I can't like watch it all just because they're in a different time zone. It's like prime time for them, it's ass o'clock for me, or vice versa. I stream at pretty Europe-friendly hours most of the time. Well, long demo will be out in like 10 hours. So I'll be playing that. I didn't get approved for a key. I guess you know, it says Souls-like on the on all the websites, so everybody's super frothing at the mouth for it. I don't really care. It comes out the day I get paid, so I'll pay for it if the port doesn't run like shit. I'm not willing to drop 60 bucks on something that doesn't work. Because, it's been happening a lot with computer games lately. You need to pay us $70 for something that doesn't fucking work. So, we'll see how the demo runs later tonight. I'll check it out. I'll buy it if it runs well. I don't have a lot of faith. Can't have faith in anything if you're a PC gamer these days. You have to just expect it to run like shit. Even if you have like a level 99 computer. It still runs like garbage. That's where we're at with PC games right now. Level 99 computer isn't enough to save you. What's happening with that Wild Hearts game? People, content creators with like 100,000 subscribers can like barely run the game, and they have like level 255 computers. I'm glad I did not buy that game. Very glad I didn't buy it. I probably could have made some good content for that game, but it was just really triggering me. It wasn't healthy to keep playing it. It was legit toxic to keep playing it. That's kind of the problem with it. And I shouldn't have to do that anyway. It's one thing if you have a level 20 computer and you're trying to run like a new a new exclusive game. Like, I get that, you know, you kind of have to accept that the game's either not going to run, or you're going to have to tweak it a lot to get it playable. But when I, like exceed the recommended specs by a pretty large margin, and the game still doesn't work, I just like, you know what, fuck this. I've got other stuff to play that works. That's just how we're gonna treat things from now on. It's not my job to fix their games for them. It's their job. I'm doing business with them, and they're not providing a functional product, so why should I stress myself out over that? There'll be other games to play that'll do well for me, that'll work. Yeah, they had Max playing Wild Hearts. They must have paid him a lot of money to play it. No, I'm not saying Max is, you know, he only took it for the money. And it's a game that he loves hunting games. He loves Monster Hunter. That's not the problem. The problem is I could see it doing the same things on his computer. Max obviously has, like, a level 255 computer, so if it's happening on his computer, that sends a bad message. They have, like, level 99 computers in the game, it's still, like, not running. Not a good look. I mean, you expect it to at least look good on the streams that you watch, because those people have a lot of money to invest in their business. More than the average person that's just playing games casually. But nope, it was still running in slow motion and stuttering on his computer. That's why I just uninstalled it. Like, I'll check back in 6 months, I guess. Maybe in 6 months it'll actually work. Yeah, hopefully the Wolong port is better. I don't mind buying the game. I wasn't really expecting to get a key anyway, because I know it's going to attract a lot of the big Souls-like content creators and stuff. And they can't, like, justify giving a small channel like mine a key. I'm not salty about that. It's just I don't know if the game will work. So, I'm waiting for the demo. I don't need donations to cover it or anything. There are sites you can get the deluxe edition for like $60, so that's not the problem. I just don't want to pay that money for something that's not going to work. So we'll check out the demo tonight, see how it goes. And I'll make my decision from there. It's kind of a blessing in disguise when you don't get PC review keys, because if the game runs like shit, then it's like, alright, I'm supposed to shill this, right? But it doesn't fucking work. The game doesn't function, so what am I supposed to do? Because I don't sugarcoat anything. I always tell people, like, look, this game sucks, or the port sucks. I don't believe in sugarcoating things, so a lot of people complain when they don't get review keys. With me, it's like, whatever. You know, if the game sucks, or it's a bad port, or it's released broken like most games are, I don't have to shill or anything. Pretty much just tell it like it is. I don't mind. I've got more pressing issues in my life than not getting a free video game from a publisher. I don't really care. they told me today I wasn't getting a key. I was like, whatever. Well, give me keys for Muso games, pretty much no questions asked. Because they're obviously going to have a larger audience on Wo Long, so it's cool. What's up, Zex? How you doing? Nice. What's going on with Hogwarts Legacy? Let me guess, the game runs better without de Nouveau. I don't know anything about that game, but I can already predict. Like, they got the game to run without de Nouveau, and it runs like 30% better. I don't even need to know what you're gonna type to predict that. It's always funny when people go up to bat for de Nouveau. It's like, nope. It makes games run like shit. And you get a better experience if you pirate it than buy it legally, which is all kinds of backwards. Watch, you're gonna type that when I have a chance to look at the monitor again. You're gonna type that, like, yeah, it works better without de Nouveau. I mean, you know what happened with DMC, right? Like, when DMC 5 came out, Capcom themselves released the EXE without de Nouveau, and the game runs better. It does. It loads so much faster. Just the fact that it loads faster is, like, more than enough, but the game also runs better, too. Like... And then, like, a while back, they actually officially removed de Nouveau. That's why I don't mind when Capcom puts de Nouveau in their games, because they do... Once the game is, like, not, you know, selling that much anymore, for full price at least, they get rid of de Nouveau. The games always run better. That's not how it should be. They want, like, $70 from you. Like, the game should fucking work, for one. And also, you shouldn't be getting a worse experience than people who pirate it. It doesn't make any sense for it to be that way. At this point, you can just buy the game to support the devs if you feel that you need to, and then just play the pirated copy, because the pirated one runs better. It just doesn't make any sense. How much better is it running? Is it like, How much better is it running makes it like a massive improvement. People who say that are just, they're just shills. They like to get screwed over by big corporations. They like to go to bat for them. It's like, they're not your friends for one. Also, you're doing business with them. They're, you know, you're doing business. It's no different than, like, paying somebody to mow your lawn. You pay them, and you expect them to give you what you pay for. And if you don't, then there's trouble. It's not complicated. Yeah, the load times are like the biggest thing you'll notice. DMC5 loads up like way faster without the loads up way faster without the Nouveau. In that game's defense, I actually don't think it runs that much better, but it does load faster, which is more than enough. I mean, what more is needed than that? Why is this still something that even needs to be discussed? It's been proven multiple times on several different games that the Nouveau causes performance issues. It's not even a secret. Like you can test it yourself. You don't even need to buy the game. Like you can look at a video of raw gameplay of somebody booting up like DMC5 or Resident Evil 7. Because both those games got the Nouveau removed. Monster Hunter World is another one as well. And just compare like a launch version video of that, like unedited, compared to like somebody playing it like today. It's completely different. It runs so much better. You don't even have to buy the damn game to know that. Like, it's open secret. I don't know, some gamers deserve to be screwed over by companies because they don't seem to grasp that the companies aren't our friends, right? They're trying to screw us over. Like, they're not our friends, period. Stop trying to defend corporations, like... Just because it's something, you know, a luxury item like a video game doesn't mean that they're not trying to screw us over too. Look at Wild Hearts! People with level 99 computers can barely run it. So what's the experience supposed to be like for the average person? Keep in mind there's problems with that game that don't even entail bad performance too. Like, apparently people's saves are being wiped. The game is going in slow motion, it's crashing. Like, it's a broken game. Even if you're not sensitive to low frame rates or fluctuating frame rates, it's a broken game, period. Like, they're selling something that does not work. You can sit there and try to fix the game for them, but I decided, fuck that, man, I'm uninstalling. I don't need that stress. I don't make much money as it is. I don't need to be spending money on shit like that that doesn't work. Especially when I just upgraded my computer, so that's grounds for uninstalling right there. Maybe in 6 months it'll be fixed. I hear it's a pretty good game, but the way it is now, I'm like not even remotely interested in playing it. That's the other thing too, when they release games this broken, you get a better experience when you play it like 6 months later for half off, which is also really backwards. It's one thing when they add like content updates and stuff, but when the game is like literally barely functional, and you buy the game for like $10 on Steam, like you're getting a better experience than the people who actually believed in the product and bought it. Yeah, there's also a part in Wild Hearts, like, the maps get, like, worse as you go on, which is bad for a number of reasons, because the game's not working as advertised, but you're too far in to refund. And also because it's causing, like, actual fatal problems, like the game is not loading properly. They are deleting topics that mention Danuba. Well, oh man. So if that game didn't already have enough drama around it because the creator is a toxic dickwad, now they're getting put under fire for having all that DRM that makes it run even worse. $70 game, by the way. What's this? I watched the Sony Direct, yeah, I just didn't feel like streaming it. I'm glad I didn't, it was a nothing burger. There was nothing interesting in there for me. I was just really tired, I had lunch, I didn't feel like streaming it. And for me, like, not only does it have to be the kind of game that I like, it also has to be coming to PC, so I didn't feel like streaming it and being negative towards something that's not really meant for me in the first place. It has to be in a small subset of genres I like playing hardcore action or platforming like this or something, and then it also has to be coming to PC on a Sony Direct, so I just didn't feel like streaming it. I'm glad I didn't. They had a bunch of artsy games, they had some news for Street Fighter we already knew, and then that Rocksteady game, which looked dumb. That was it. It's not worth streaming. I'll stream a Nintendo Direct, because they have, like, more stuff I'm interested in. Oh, later, man. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a good rest. Yeah, I generally will not stream Sony Directs just because I don't have a current gen console. All I've got is a gaming PC right now. Everything else I have is last gen, so. I kind of was hoping they'd show a little bit more of Final Fantasy 16 because I am interested in that game, but it's gonna be exclusive anyway, so. And it'll probably have a bad PC port. But they also haven't really shown any unedited gameplay on that yet, so I'm like, I'm interested. That's kind of the only reason I watched it. 'Cause that looks like something that might be up my alley as a Tales refugee. I might like Final Fantasy for once in my life, but they didn't show anything on it, so that's kind of all I was really hoping for. I don't know, well, Tales is the only JRPG franchise I care about at all, so, I've never cared about Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest or Persona or any of the other ones, so. Well, Final Fantasy 15 was because I think the director left the company, and, the suits of the company pulled the plug on it. Yeah, there was supposed to be more for that game. Even the PC port, too. The PC port was supposed to have full mod support, and that never came. They kind of just gave up on it. The combat looks solid. Tails is in a pretty poop spot right now, so I'm open to try Final Fantasy for once, because they don't have that boring-looking combat that I'm not interested in, but they gotta show more of it. They haven't shown much of it. Not a fan of how video game trailers are like movie trailers now. They just show you a bunch of, like, heavily edited stuff. Like, I want to see, like, the actual game. Just give me, like, 10 minutes of unedited gameplay, like somebody going through a dungeon or fighting a boss. I don't need, like, super massive production values. I just want to see the game. You know, if I like the story, then I'll look at it later when the game comes out. Like, I just want to see the game. That's what gets me to open up my wallet and pre-order stuff. You actually show me the damn game. You show me a bunch of movie clips, I'm, like, not really that enthused. It's been bothering me more lately. They promise a trailer and they show, like, barely any gameplay. I'm like, are you advertising a movie or a video game? I get that there has to be some, you know, exposition and stuff, but lately it feels like they show you, like, it's like a 70-30 split. Or like 80-20 between exposition and, like, actually showing the game. Story has its place in video games, yes, but I feel like the problem with how they market games now is, like, they just expect you to be on board with it right away. It's like, I don't even know what this game is, like... I don't even know what this game is yet. You know, if I get immersed in your world, it will probably happen when I actually play the game, not when Not when I watch a trailer for it. A lot of indie devs have said you have, like, for, like, a new IP, you have, like 5 seconds to, get somebody to be interested and not scroll away. Because I look for games like this game I'm playing, right? I found the first game of this just randomly. I found it, and the first game in this series came out several years ago, and I played it for like 150 hours. The trailer was like straight gameplay. Like, look, we're not gonna give you some expensive CG trailer. We're gonna show you the game, and that's it. Yeah, Elden Ring is a good game, yes, but I'd argue the marketing was meme-worthy for sure. It's just somebody just standing there and some guy, like, orgasming over lore. Like, alright. No, to be fair, Elden Ring's hype comes from the fact that it's from a known developer that's made several good games in the past. They've gotten to that point where they have that pedigree that they just announce that they're making something and people go rabid over it. They have that. In their defense, they earn that. That's something that you earn. It's not something that's just given to you, but I definitely don't fall for stuff like that anymore. I need to see the actual game. I mean, they earned that pedigree. I might not like their games, but I don't deny that they're good games. They're just not for me. Yeah, I agree with you, but that's why people got so excited for it. Be like if they announced a new Basara and they just showed a logo saying Basara 5 and they didn't like post like anything regarding platforms or gameplay. There's no gameplay. I would be excited, yes, but it would be a very reserved excitement. It's like, I'm glad that this product exists, but you didn't show me the things needed for me to like really get super excited for it. like, cool, it exists, but you didn't fucking show me anything. And you're gonna want like $80 in US dollars for this game, so I need to see more than that. I can't really get excited for something that has barely anything like known or even revealed about it. Tales of Arise was like that too. They showed like no gameplay for that up until right before it came out. They showed like absolutely nothing. They showed like a literal like 3 seconds of gameplay, and the rest was just cutscenes. Like, you know, it's a Tales game. Like, you know, they do have decent stories for what they're worth. They don't always land the mark, but honestly, the main selling point is the combat. You can't get that in any other JRPG series. You just can't. Like, you showed Alphen doing like a 2-hit combo, and that was your gameplay. I'm like, alright, that doesn't really sell me on your product, because it's a Tales game. Like, I need more than that. It's not entitlement. They're doing business with you. They need to show you the stuff you need. That game's marketing was pretty bad, too, whether you liked it or not. Whether you liked the final product or not, the marketing was pretty buns. Barely any gameplay. I think the Armored Core excitement just comes from the fact that they're actually not doing another Souls game. I think people are actually starting to get fatigued by Souls. People, like, probably don't want to admit it, but I think they are. I think they're getting tired of the formula. The other thing about Souls, too, is that the clones often have better combat than the FromSoft games, but they don't have the budget to make, like, a big immersive world like the FromSoft games. So they all kind of fall flat. And people are getting kind of tired of the formula, I think. That's why there was a lot of excitement for Armored Core. Like, they're actually going to make something else again instead of just a billion Souls games. I never played any of the Armored Cores. I had friends that played them growing up. I definitely think giving the Souls formula a break for, like, at least a year or two will probably do them some good. They don't really have any competition right now. Only thing that comes close is Neo. And Neo is not known for its immersion. It's known for way better combat than anything you can find in any other Souls-like, but the other aspects of it, the level design and the story and everything, fall, like, way flat. I don't think they need to churn out another Souls game so quickly. It's cool that they're doing something else. I'm sure there's going to be Elden Ring DLC too. Like, they're probably just going to continue to support that game instead of going straight to another one. That's a common thing with Souls-likes, though, is the indie ones do have, like, legit better, deeper combat, faster, and more responsive, but they're all, like, really short experiences, so they get a lot of flack for that. It's like, well, you know, indies can't compete with the budget of a big company like that. What's up, Alvy? How you doing? Yeah, I didn't feel like streaming it. I watched it, but I was like half awake. It's just Sony Directs have too much criteria they have to meet for me to really care. It has to be a game that I'd be interested in, of course, which can be hard to find sometimes. And then also it has to be coming to PC, because I don't have a PS5. So I don't feel like streaming it and being all negative and disappointed and stuff. Like, I'd rather just, like, not watch it. I probably won't stream those unless they say that they're gonna show something that I actually would care about. But yeah, that Rocksteady game looks weird. I hope they're serious about not having microtransactions. They said the battle pass is only for cosmetics. But you might remember they said that about Avengers as well, and then they started selling experience boosters towards the end. I don't believe that for a minute. The game does poorly, they'll totally pivot. Like, hey, you can get this 50% experience booster for $20. It's only a matter of time. Well, hopefully they'll learn from Avengers, because the ball's in their court. People do want, like, a superhero service game, but Avengers fell flat in a lot of ways. I feel like there's a market for it for sure, but they have to really stick the landing. It's also a really big departure from the older Batman Arkham games, where it's like single player strictly. Didn't need to connect to a server to play or anything. The wrong way. I think I am. I think I'm going the wrong way. Made this level a lot more open. I think I went the wrong way. It's all good. Well, their whole marketing thing was they said that it was single player, but they're gonna have multiplayer stuff. They haven't put out a game in like 8 years. I don't know if people realize that. Rocksteady has not put out a game in closer to a decade. It's been a really long time. I wouldn't be surprised if that stuff was added like late in development, because that game had to have cost a ton. Paying that many people to work on that game for so long, and they had like no income stream at all. They didn't go back and add like more content for Arkham Knight or anything. Like, they haven't put out anything, not even like DLC, in years. I also heard the CEO like left the company too. That's always a bad sign. I don't think CEOs generally tend to leave like right before they're going to release like a huge game like that. I've read some leaks for that game just because I was curious. I feel like I won't say anything for those of you who care, but I feel like that game is going to be another Bayonetta 3, where like maybe the gameplay is decent, but the story is just like complete assassination and people hate it. I've heard some people say that maybe that's going to happen with that game, which is probably why they're doing the service game bit. It's like, hey, you don't like the story, but we have, you know, epic raids and shit you gotta do with your friends, and battle passes. I don't think they're in a position to just release a single-player game anymore. Like, the last thing they did was, like, the Arkham Knight DLC, which was, like, 8 years ago. I don't even know how they're still in business, honestly. Ironically, the opposite happened with Gotham Knights. I saw that game, and like, there's a lot of evidence that they wanted that game to be a service game, but they called it off when they saw how badly Avengers was doing. So it still has like remnants of a service game with like lots of pointless loot and crafting materials and stuff. It's like not really needed for a single-player game. Like all that stuff is just meant to it's just meant to keep you playing, get you invested, so you don't play something else. I feel like they're doing the opposite with that new Rocksteady game. It's probably like you can't just put out a 6-hour game with an ending after it's been like 8 years. Probably like you have to keep people invested. I feel like if they do that, they need to have better loot than Avengers, because I had fun with Avengers for what it was. I don't think the game was completely terrible. It's just the loot sucked. The loot was really bad. Like, I'm not gonna play through an hour-long raid for a chance to get gear that doesn't even, like, feel worth it. That's the problem with loot in video games, is they feel like they have to put it in, but they can't actually make good loot. That's why Neo is one of the best action RPGs, just because you get good skill-based gameplay, but you also get like the Diablo loot. Like, I would recommend that game over Avengers any day. They have very different kinds of combat, but that game is better. Avengers was pretty much dead when they said that they were gonna make you pay for experience boosters, because they promised that they would not do that, and then they started quietly doing that. It's like, well, I don't want to pay for an experience booster when your loot sucks, and I have like non-service games to play, like the game I was just playing that has better loot. And I don't have to pay for any microtransactions. Like, you gotta do better than that. So hopefully that new Rocksteady game will have good loot at least. I feel like that will help their case for sure. You can't have player retention if the rewards for playing the game suck. It just doesn't work that way. It needs to be some kind of gameplay hook to like keep you on the game instead of playing something else, and I'm sure they want you to spend money on skins too. That was kind of the problem with Avengers, is they had like cool skins and stuff, but there was nothing to use it on. The loot sucked. The loot was really boring. They couldn't think of anything even remotely interesting. That's why I stopped playing that game. I had fun with it. I really wanted a character action game, like, service game. That's like a really cool idea to me, but the action RPG stuff just felt weak. Yeah, Wanted Dead looks jank. I'm not going to be playing that game. That's an easy skip for me. I'm not interested. Hopefully the Wolong port is good tonight. Knock on wood, I know. Copium. Hopefully that port is good. We'll find out tonight. I did not get a key. I was not approved for the key. They said that their criteria was stricter this time, which I don't mind. But I'm not gonna... I have the money to get the game pretty much the day it releases, but I'm not gonna do that until I know that the port is good. I'm gonna treat it like Wild Hearts, because I didn't pay for that game either. I did the rental service for that game, because I had a hunch it was gonna run like garbage. I'm really glad I did that. Some people are getting like towards the end of that game and their saves are getting wiped, or the game just starts running in slow motion, or they're getting like soft locked and stuff. Like, I'm not paying $70 for that. I just put like sandpaper on my dick for the same experience. There's better things I could do with $70 than buy something that doesn't work. So hopefully Wolong will be better. I'll put out a benchmark for I'll put out a benchmark tonight after I get the game. I'll do a benchmark on the computer and Steam Deck, so you guys can decide if you want to buy it or not. It doesn't cost me anything. It's just time.
Up we go.
It actually comes out the same day that I get paid, so I don't really mind not getting a key. Plus, if the game is a crap port, I don't have to show something that doesn't work, so I'm happy for that too. That's been a recurring problem lately, I'm sure as you all know. $70 games that are buggy, broken, and half done. I lost my save file on this game a couple days ago. Something happened with an update. It was like some freak accident that made me lose my save, so I have to grind it out again. But I'm just playing with half player damage on to make it faster. You saw me beat this game to the final boss on the hardest difficulty, taking no damage, so I don't have anything to prove. It's just an unfortunate thing that happened, I guess, when I was playing on the Steam Deck. The save got screwed up somehow, so I had to play from scratch. But I like this game. It's getting a really major update soon, too, so why not? Got about a week to kill before Wolong, so no harm in playing something that works. Playing a video game that works has been very satisfying after last week. Broken games. This game just works. Only thing it's done is wipe my save twice, but I was sponsored by this game, so I don't really care too much. I've got a Steam Deck because of this game, and I like playing it even when I'm not being paid to play it, so that's a win-win, I'd say. Doesn't bother me. we got here? The key's probably a good choice.
Up we go. Bring it. Ready for this? Break it. Perfect. Let's go. Not this time. Cutting loose. Ready for this? Break it. Up we go. Wahoo!
There was another game I wanted to play this week, but a new roguelike was coming out, but it got pushed back. Randomly the day before it was supposed to come out, they said we need to push it back by a few weeks. Like, I don't mind that, but like what the hell happened? Like, was the game like deleting System 32 or something? Like.
Perfect. Up we go.
I played the demo for it on the Steam Next Fest. It's pretty cool, but
Dead on.
I guess they actually don't want to release a broken product, which is pretty commendable these days. Normally, you just put it out anyway and promise to fix it later.
Cutting loose.
That was something I was going to play this week, but those plans fell through. Props to them for not wanting to release something broken, because I'm definitely tired of that shit.
Not this time.
I don't believe in the whole thing that people pirate from
Oh, no, you don't.
Miyamoto, where a delayed game will always end up being good. That's definitely false. That is definitely false. The game being delayed doesn't mean that it's going to turn out good. It's called Metal Mutation. It's like a top-down action roguelike. It's like combos and stuff. It's pretty legit. I was interested in playing it, but got pushed back. I can't even complain about that, though, because It's been so many more expensive, higher budget games barely working lately, so it's cool that the publisher told them that they could take extra time, release something that functions. I've heard some people have had success getting refunds for Wild Hearts just because it's so broken. But if you're past the 2-hour time limit, then there's a chance that they won't. I don't know. I just saw the writing on the wall with that current gen PC port has like a 85% chance of being broken. Okay. That's probably lowballing a little bit too. It's probably more like 90%. This past couple months have been really bad to be a PC gamer.
Get on. Oh, no, you don't. Go.
It's been the past few months. It's been Forspoken, bad PC port, that stupid Harry Potter game, Wild Hearts. I think there was another one that I'm forgetting. But yeah, that's all been just since the beginning of this year. So, barely 2 months. Those are all like big high-profile games, and they like don't even work. They promised to fix Forspoken, but I think the problem with that game is that it's single player with the only microtransaction is prequel DLC, so people aren't going to be happy either way. It's like, you know, I beat the game at 20 FPS with it crashing all the time. Like, don't really care that you fixed it now. Like, it should have been fixed when it released. I feel like the Harry Potter game is going to be the same way. Like, they probably will fix that game, but it's single player, from what I understand, so it actually really sucks when they do that, and they fix a game, but you already beat it when it ran like crap. Thanks, I guess. not too bad to start fresh in this game. Basically just need to rush to frenzy mode, and then put half enemy damage on. Which can still kill you, by the way. It's not like it makes the game too easy. Do a couple runs of that with every character and you'll have pretty much everything unlocked. I don't mind it too much. And now the game has cloud save, so that won't happen again. Definitely sucks. They don't know why it happened. I talked to the developer. They have no idea why it happened. They just kind of apologized. It's cool though. I like playing this game.
Perfect. Up we go. Bring it. I know you don't. Perfect. Ready for this? Not this time.
What do you mean, on this channel?
Oh, no, you don't. Go. Slice.
I play whatever I like. That's why it was cool to get sponsored for this game, because it's something I would have played it anyway. I actually did play this before the sponsorship. That was how they found me. I never wanted to just take, like, random sponsorships. Like, I don't want to just shill random stuff. I've worked too hard on this to, just shill random stuff for money. But I really liked the game, and they liked the feedback I gave them, so that led to the sponsorship.
Not this time. Not this time. Up we go. Come on. Yahoo! Ready for this? Not this time. Dead on. Not this time.
This game feels really good to play. It's got its faults for sure. The boss fights definitely aren't all created equal, but it's a really solid game. And they're only going to be adding more to it. They've already shown some stuff on their Twitter account. More stuff they're going to be adding. Roguelikes have kind of sucked lately, to be honest. At least action roguelikes have really sucked lately, because it's all just been Vampire Survivors clones. So it's cool to see something like this come out. You're actually playing the game. You're not just moving around in circles and watching. There's been a lot of those games lately. It's getting kind of old, honestly. This is definitely something fresh I really like. Haven't been barely any action roguelikes I've been interested in playing besides this. I was following this game for years. Just took a while to come out. Yeah. They're good game. Vampire Survivors is a good game, especially for the price. You're getting a lot of game for like $5, but it's just the new it's the new trend. Just like when everybody was trying to make a new battle royale and they all like failed. That's kind of where action roguelikes are at right now. I feel like the Vampire Survivors clones already have like really distilled limited gameplay as it is, so it can't really be that different. So the whole thing about that genre is very very minimalist gameplay. Like, I mean, there is still skill involved, but you're not really doing much, so it's weird that there's so many clones of it just because of how, like, hands-off the gameplay is. They can't really be that much different. Same thing with a different coat of paint.
Perfect.
What's up, Claymore? Feeling any better?
Cutting loose. Oh, no, you don't.
Skull I wasn't really a big fan of. Skull just felt like you couldn't like avoid taking much damage. It didn't feel as refined as like this game or Dead Cells. I felt like a lot of the skulls that you could get really sucked to play too. It just felt oddly stiff considering like how much damage you took. I don't think that game is bad. I don't consider it to be like the highest tier.
Up to you.
The music is great, the art style is great. The gameplay's not bad, but I'm definitely not a huge fan of Skull. I keep trying to give it a chance and I just get frustrated. It doesn't hit the right spots for me. But the hard mode in that game that they added is really cool because it's not just generic video game stuff where they just give everything more health. They actually added like completely new enemy sprites and there's like new gear and everything. They did quite a bit for it actually. I think that game deserves props for that, even if I myself might not like it much, because a lot of games don't even bother to put effort into the hard mode, and it's just same thing but longer.
Perfect.
Yeah, I just don't like that game that much. It frustrates me. I don't really have a lot of fun playing it. I think there's some mods for that game. I might try that game again, but I just don't like it that much. It's probably mostly my fault, because I couldn't really figure out how to get builds going in that game.
Go.
Yeah, I might not like the game that much, but that hard mode definitely deserves an award, that's for sure. I wish more hard modes were like that. Like, the game is harder, yes, but there's, like, actual new things. They didn't just increase numbers. They added, like, they added a lot of really in-depth stuff to it. Well, the Vita emulator is doing pretty good right now. I think you can play it on there. The Vita emulator just came out on Android, actually. It can run a surprising amount of games. Probably not all the big ones you want, but for like a pretty young emulator, it can run a decent amount of games. It'll only get better with time. You can already run both Tales games on Vita, which are like, I'd say, top 3 JRPGs on Vita. Pretty much both Tales games on Vita and Persona 4 Golden are probably like the best JRPGs. And you can already play both Tales games to completion. Innocence R has an English patch now too. It's been out for a while. Soul Sacrifice I never played. Soul Sacrifice I never played. I heard a lot of people say good things about that game. I never played it myself. Yeah, Vita was secret top tier for hunting games, somehow. They lost Monster Hunter, but they had a lot of really good Monster Hunter clones. They had 2 God Eaters, they had Freedom Wars, Soul Sacrifice, 3 Tokiden games. Like, that thing was secret top tier for hunting games. If you had the open mind to like look past the fact that there was no Monster Hunter, there were a lot of really good hunting games on there. Probably won't see that kind of variety again. Well, Wild Hearts is a $70 game that barely works, so I don't think it can be compared to Tokiden. Tokiden just fucking worked. Wild Hearts is a meme right now. The performance is bad. And, like, people are getting slow motion bugs. Their saves are getting lost. Like, it's everything wrong with video games in one package. Like, it has potential, but the game barely works. And it's like an exercise in frustration to even try to give it a chance. Like, you're better off just playing something else that works. It's already an uphill battle competing with Monster Hunter, but when your product is more expensive and barely functions, like, people aren't going to give it a chance. It sucks, but that's the reality. Buy a $70 game, I expect it to work, provided I have the recommended specs, and that's exactly what that game is right now. You could have a level 99 computer and still barely be able to run it. The demo drops in 8 hours, yes. 8 hours. Actually, yeah, 8 hours from now. So adjust that to wherever you live. That's when it comes out. Yeah, I didn't get approved for a key, so I'll have to buy it. But I want to make sure it's not another shit port.
Perfect.
I've got bad PC port PTSD right now. I don't need donations for it. I can pay for it myself, but I just don't want to pay for something that's not going to work. So I'll put up some benchmarks for the demo. Probably later tonight before I go to bed.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's really getting to that point, isn't it? You get a shit deal. I think having a PC and a current gen console is probably the best way to go this gen. Because at least you have some coverage for when the games don't work. At least you have some coverage. You got some insurance. But, don't sleep on a gaming PC. It's still way better than a console.
Cutting loose.
But yeah, if you want to play everything, having a level 99 computer is not enough. This last few months have been, like, abysmal for PC ports.
Up we go. Dead on. Perfect. Cutting loose.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing with Wolong. I'm not, like, I get paid the day that game comes out, so I won't need donations towards it. I won't turn them down if people give them to me, but it's not, like, inherently needed. I just don't want to pay for it blindly and find out it's a crap port, so I'm gonna take full advantage of the demo, see how it runs. It's a cross-gen game, so it should be better
At this time.
than a lot of the current gen only PC ports we've been getting, but who knows.
Up we go.
No, it's definitely wise. I've told this story before, but there's an account I watch, and that guy he puts up benchmarks for, like, every game you can think of. And I don't go there for high-level gameplay. I don't care that he's not, you know, super sweaty at every game he plays. He shows me the frame rate. He shows me how the game runs. And that channel has saved me hundreds of dollars, so I really don't care. I don't need my benchmarks to have, like, sweaty god tier gameplay. Just show me how the game runs. If you can get a good following doing benchmark streams, your benchmark channels, then you're pretty well off, I think, because you're not even expected to be good at the game. Like, hey, I just want to see how this game runs. Does it run like a piece of shit on a level 255 computer?
Up we go. Oh, no, you don't.
My benchmarks have actually gotten pretty good views. That's because I have, like, an above mid-range computer, and people want to see how it runs. No, the Zelda's gonna run like shit, obviously. It's actually a really bad precedent that they're charging $70 for it, and it's still on the same bad hardware.
Get on. Come on. Cutting loose.
Yeah. It's really getting to that point. Even if you, you know that you're gonna like a game, you need to look at a benchmark to see if it's even worth buying. Especially if you game on PC or Switch, you have to look at a benchmark. Unless you like just throwing money away. Yeah, I'll be putting up 2 benchmarks for Wolong tonight. I'll put up one for PC and Steam Deck. And then, provided that it runs well, I'll go ahead and pay for it or put donations towards it or something. I might actually be wrong. I might actually want to take donations for that, because I've got a trip to pay for. I'm going on vacation in a little less than a month for a weekend for my birthday. So my gaming budget's not going to be super large next month.
Yo.
Can probably swing like Wolong and maybe like an indie game or something on sale. That's about as far as I can go. We'll discuss that later, though. I don't think raising $60 is going to be a big deal. So I didn't get approved for a review key, so I gotta open the wallet and swipe for it, like everybody else. Which I don't mind, provided it works.
Up we go. Slice. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, no, you don't.
Time to put you down, beast.
Not this time. Not this time. Oh, no, you don't. Perfect. Up you go.
Possible.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I probably actually will do a donation drive for Wolong, but I don't want people to donate until I know that the port is not shit. Because I don't want to feel bad taking people's money and then the game doesn't work. So we're going to use the demo, and then I probably will just say like, hey, just help me get like $60 for this, and then we'll go from there. But I kind of forgot. I got to pay for my train ticket, and then I'm only going up there for a weekend, so it's not going to be like super expensive. I'm just going up there for a weekend. Hey, see anybody in the credits there? Look at that last name in the credits. Who's that? Alright. Cool, got hard mode now. Alright. Let's see what the price for Wolong is, so I have a good idea. Let me pull up my browser source. Let's see here. Let's see how much it is. Alright, let's see what the damage is going to be, because they actually just sent me a DM that I'm not getting a key for it. So, see here. $47 for normal. How much is deluxe? Yeah, instant gaming and CD keys I use a lot, so yeah, we'll say like we'll raise like $70 for this, but that's if the demo works. I kind of had a feeling I wasn't going to get a key, but I think I will. I will ask for help. I'm not gonna. I'll ask for help because yeah, I am going to be going on vacation, so it's going to be like $100 for the train ride, and then a couple days worth of food and stuff, and then I got to pay my other bills as well: phone bill, computer bill. So yeah, people can donate if they want, but we'll see. We shall see how it runs tonight. Oh, the Zelda's gonna run like garbage, yes, and people are gonna be surprised Pikachu face that it runs like shit. It's like, well, it's the same hardware. It's the same bad hardware. I mean, what are you expecting? Of course, it's gonna run like shit. Just kind of goes with it. It's going to run like garbage. I'm surprised they didn't announce new hardware. I thought that they were going to do that because that's what they've done with the past two Zeldas, pretty much. Zelda has been coming out at the end of life cycles for a while now. Twilight Princess was like right at the end. That was a cross-gen game, and then Skyward Sword wasn't, just because they didn't want to import the remote controls. Breath of the Wild was end of the gen as well, which cross-gen. So I thought that they would repeat that pattern, but they seem hell-bent on putting it on a console that can't run it. Because it can barely run Breath of the Wild as it is. And it seems like they're making it even more expansive and complex, so I don't know how the hell that's supposed to work. I personally don't care. I kind of miss like 2D Zelda. I don't like the 3D Zeldas that much. Last one I finished was Ocarina of Time. I haven't really cared for any of the other 3D Zeldas, and now that it's just a big dead open world, I'm like even less interested. But yeah, people are going to be surprised that it runs like garbage. I don't think it's really a well-kept secret. It's going to run like shit. Either accept that or buy the game and dump it and play it on your computer. That's probably going to be like the only way that game will be playable. I have a hunch. You can buy the game and support Nintendo and then just dump it and play it on emulator. It'll run better. It'll run better on emulator within like the first week of release. So even if you have some morality issues with piracy, you can just buy the game and dump it, and it'll run better. Pretty much a given at this point. The Yuzu team generally fixes big, high-profile games like that, like shortly after release, depending on the complexity. So That's always an option if you have a good enough computer. It's not really a game I care for regardless, but it's always an option. Just go ahead and do that. Let's see. I don't know if I feel like playing another game. I might be done. Yeah, what Zek said. Go ahead and buy the game, but no one says you have to play it on their crap hardware. I mean, you want to like look at this. Like I have like pretty much all my Switch games dumped, and I just play them on the computer. They still got their money. I don't have to play it on their shit hardware. That was never part of the contract. I gave them the money for their hard-earned work, for their work. They worked hard on it. They got money from me. I do not have to play it on the crappy actual hardware under any circumstances. I do not have to do that, and I'm not going to. If the game runs better on emulator and I can dump it legally, I mean, there's literally no downside. They got the money for the product, and I'm playing it on something that can run it better. So, everybody wins. I don't see the problem with that. Let's see, I'm thinking if I want to play anything else, I might actually just be done. I think I'm done for now. I might stream over at my neighbor's house. I might play some emulators over there tonight for a change because I've been working so hard on those Steam Deck videos. I kind of need a break from it. But if not, I'll probably come on with Wolong tonight. I'll probably come on a little bit early, and then we'll download Wolong, and in the off chance that it actually functions as intended on my like level 80 computer, then I will probably do a very small donation drive to cover the cost of the game because I probably should be putting that money towards my vacation. But if not, then we'll just torch the fundraiser and I'll just play other stuff. I feel like that's probably the best way to go about things. Is I know you guys will help. I'm not asking for like a down payment on a house or anything. It's just like $60. But I don't want to take the money and then find out that the game runs like shit, and then I can't really make content with it. 'Cause that's a very real possibility that could happen with that game. So we'll find out tonight. I'll probably play more of the same games I did today. I'll probably work on my 30XX and Helvetii files. Probably do some runs of those, and then we'll combo that into the Wolong Fallen moveset demo. Actually, I'll probably just do the benchmarks live. Why don't we just do that? I'll do the benchmark live on PC and Steam Deck, and then I'll probably turn off the stream, and I'll upload like separate benchmarks because benchmark videos are easy money. They're easy views. People don't even really care if you suck at the game. They'll watch it if you show the game runs. So yeah, that's gonna do it for now. I think I'm gonna head over there early because my neighbor's brother needs to study for his test, and his keyboard is broken. His keyboard doesn't work, so he can't study for school. It was discussed yesterday that I offered to lend him my keyboard while I'm doing my shift over there, and then I'll take it back when I come home. So I need to call them about that. Actually, I haven't talked to them about that yet. So I probably should go. If I do stream over there, I'll probably just play like emulators or something. Oh hey Manticore, what's up amigo? How you doing, man? Why didn't you show yourself earlier? I just made you a mod. Go follow Manticore 5 on on Twitch. He plays a lot of really awesome Capcom retro games. He has like really good speed runs. He's a very comfy streamer. I often watch him at night, as he streams at like 1 a.m. my time. So when I'm going to bed, he's usually on. It's a very, very comfy, very relaxing streamer. I definitely recommend watching him. He'll probably be on later tonight. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go. If I do stream over there, it'll probably be probably some retro games. I'll probably play some beat 'em ups and something. I haven't played any beat 'em ups in a while, so we'll see how things go over there. If not, I'll see you guys tonight. Peace out.